Within 30 minutes, you'll notice a pattern that's been blocking you for 10 long years. Archangel Michael steps forward with a mighty voice, a voice that shakes foundations and stirs the hidden places of your spirit. He announces this word over you. Within the next 30 minutes, you will notice a pattern, a cycle, a familiar chain, a hidden thread that has been blocking you, binding you, and hindering you for 10 long years. You have prayed for breakthrough. You have cried for clarity. You have waited faithfully, wondering why certain doors remain shut, why certain prayers seem delayed, why certain victories fell just beyond reach. Heaven says the time of wondering is ending. The time of revelation is beginning. In the next 30 minutes, whether through a stirring in your heart, a sudden memory, a divine whisper, or a circumstance flashing before your eyes, clarity will descend. The pattern will unfold before you, and when it does, you will finally see what was once hidden. You will recognize how certain people, certain choices, certain mindsets, and certain fears wove themselves into a cycle that secretly stole years of your rising. But fear not, beloved, for heaven does not reveal what heaven will not redeem. This is not a word of condemnation. This is a word of activation. Archangel Michael says, when the pattern is seen, the chain is already broken. When the cycle is exposed, its power already begins to unravel. You are not standing still in this season. You are not circling endlessly anymore. You are stepping into divine momentum. But first, you must notice. First, you must perceive. First, you must awaken. The next 30 minutes are holy. They are charged. They are a divine intersection where sight will be restored, perception will sharpen, and the hand of heaven will point directly at the hidden thread that has delayed you for a decade. It will not come wrapped in noise, it will come wrapped in revelation. Be still. Be watchful. Be ready. For once you see, you will never be bound again. Archangel Michael speaks now with urgency, with fire in his voice and certainty in his decree. Be alert, beloved. Be vigilant. A holy stirring is happening even now. Within the next 30 minutes, you will notice something, a pattern that has been blocking your progress, binding your purpose, bearing your potential for 10 long years. Heaven is shifting your vision. Heaven is unlocking your discernment. Heaven is preparing to expose what the enemy hoped you would never see. The Spirit of the Lord says, be careful, for the revelation will not shout. It will whisper. It will pass by like a flicker, like a flash of light at the corner of your spirit's eye. You must not dismiss it. You must not explain it away. You must not allow busyness or distraction to dull your sight. What you are about to notice carries the key to your next 10 years. There is a shifting in your atmosphere, a trembling beneath your circumstances. Patterns, long hidden, are now surfacing. Cycles long cloaked are now unraveling. Habits, alliances, beliefs, they are being exposed not to shame you but to free you. The chains that held you were not always visible. Some chains looked like comfort. Some chains looked like relationship. Some chains even masqueraded as wisdom. But Archangel Michael declares, chains are chains, no matter how they glitter. And today, they will break. You are not standing still in vain. You are not circling old mountains for no reason. The enemy knew that if you ever saw clearly, if you ever recognized the blueprint heaven placed in you, if you ever identified the traps masquerading as comfort, you would become unstoppable. You would move with power. You would rise with authority. You would walk in fullness. That is why the deception was so subtle. That is why the delay was so camouflaged. But Archangel Michael proclaims, the veil is tearing. The illusion is lifting. The time of blindness is over. Within 30 minutes, you will feel it. A nudge. A sudden clarity. A realization that shatters old illusions. You will notice the repetition, the cycle, the hidden enemy dressed as familiarity. And when you notice it, you will have a choice. Tear it out by the roots, or tolerate it and risk repeating another cycle. Heaven says, choose freedom, choose clarity, choose elevation. You are not standing alone in this moment. Archangel Michael and a host of warrior angels stand surrounding you. They are leaning in with swords drawn, wings outstretched, shields lifted. They are guarding the revelation about to enter your spirit. They are protecting the clarity that will dismantle every lie built against your breakthrough. You are not fighting for revelation. You are receiving revelation. You are not struggling to see. You are awakening to sight. Hear this, beloved. Heaven has waited for this moment longer than you have. Heaven has recorded your prayers, your tears, your cries at hidden places. And now, the seal is being broken. The revelation is being released. You will no longer be captive to invisible chains. You will no longer be a prisoner of patterns you did not recognize. You will walk free. You will rise free. You will step forward free. Archangel Michael commands. Stay open. Stay ready. Stay aware. The next 30 minutes will mark the turning point of your decade. The next 30 minutes will unlock the acceleration you have cried out for. The next 30 minutes will change the trajectory of your life if you lean in with expectancy and faith. Type I am ready to SE clearly if you believe and receive this word. Blessing code 777 now activates clarity and breakthrough over your life. Archangel Michael speaks again, his voice steady, piercing through every fog of confusion that once clouded your sight. You have felt it for years, beloved. A lingering frustration, and gnawing at your spirit. A quiet ache that whispered questions you could never fully answer. Why does breakthrough seem so close yet so far? Why do opportunities flicker and fade? Why does progress feel like climbing a mountain whose peak keeps moving farther away? It was not your imagination. It was not your failure. It was a pattern, a hidden cycle crafted to entangle your journey without you even seeing it. There were whispers in the spirit realm, conversations that happened when you thought nothing was moving. Forces unseen plotted to entrench you in delay, to keep you anchored to places you had outgrown, to tie you to mindsets that no longer served the calling on your life. People who said they supported you misunderstood your fire. People who walked with you could not discern the oil you carried. Your silence was misread as weakness. Your patience was misjudged as passivity. And all the while, a pattern deeper than personalities, deeper than misunderstandings, weaved itself quietly through your life. Archangel Michael leans closer now and says, someone thought they understood you, but they only ever knew fragments of you. Someone thought they could predict your ceiling, but they never saw the wings heaven had hidden inside your spirit. They tried to define you by your delays, by your detours, by your battles, but they never realized that even while you struggled, even while you questioned, even while you circled, you were growing stronger, wiser, deeper. They only uncovered fragments of who you are, fragments of your story, fragments of your calling, fragments of your destiny. They did not see the full magnitude of the mandate God placed on your life. They mistook your current place for your permanent place. They mistook your waiting season for your wilderness. But heaven never mistook you. Heaven has always known what you carried. Heaven has always guarded what you bore. Heaven has always prepared you for the moment when the pattern would break and the rising would begin. The mysteries surrounding your life, the confusion that wrapped itself around your identity, the unseen chains that tightened every time you dared to dream bigger. These were not random. These were intentional strategies of darkness meant to cloud your discernment, numb your ambition, drain your faith. Every near miss, every lost opportunity, every delay carried with it a hidden voice whispering, "Maybe this is all there is." But Archangel Michael declares that voice was never from heaven, and voice was never your portion. That voice is being silenced now. You must recognize the emotional disruption that is happening even now as the pattern begins to rise to the surface. You may feel unsettled. You may feel memories stirring. You may feel regrets resurfacing. But do not be afraid. The stirring is not to shame you. It is to free you. The disruption is not to discourage you. It is to dismantle what has hindered you. The emotional tide is not to drown you. It is to wash away the debris that kept you anchored in the wrong places. Archangel Michael says, your spirit is awakening to the warfare you could not name before. Your soul is remembering the battles it fought without understanding why. Your heart is recalling the moments you stayed loyal to chains disguised as comfort, believing they were your safety. But no longer. No longer will you call captivity loyalty. No longer will you mistake fear for wisdom. No longer will you confuse delay for denial. You are rising now. You are awakening now. You are perceiving now. The mystery is unraveling. The unseen is being seen. The patterns are being exposed. And once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you discern, you cannot be deceived again. Once you break free, you cannot be bound again. Archangel Michael urges you, hold steady. Breathe deeply. Let the waves of realization come. Let the pattern be revealed without fear, without shame, without anger. For as the pattern breaks, so too will the chains fall. As the cycle is exposed, so too will new paths open before you, paths untouched by the delays of the past decade. You are stronger than the cycle. You are wiser than the trap. You are freer than the fear that once held you. Let clarity flood your spirit. Let discernment sharpen your sight. Let boldness rise in your bones. Type I break every cycle if you receive this awakening word. Blessing code 1212 now activates total clarity and freedom over your life. Archangel Michael now raises his voice once more, and his words strike like lightning through the atmosphere. Understand this, beloved. What you are facing is not random. What you are noticing is not coincidental. The pattern you are about to see clearly is not simply the result of human error, foolish choices, or misfortune. No, what you are facing has been spiritual. What you are breaking has been strategic. What you are dismantling has been crafted in unseen realms to block a destiny far greater than you once realized. This conflict was never about your talent alone. This battle was never about your skill alone. This warfare was never about your position alone. This was always about your calling. This was always about your purpose. This was always about the light you carry. The enemy did not oppose you because of where you were. He opposed you because of where you were called to go. The enemy did not sabotage you because of what you had. He sabotaged you because of what you would birth if you ever truly rose in full freedom. The enemy did not weave these patterns around you out of hatred alone. He did it out of terror. Terror at the impact you would unleash if you ever walked fully awake, fully aware, fully free. Archangel Michael proclaims boldly, this is not personal, this is spiritual. You were targeted because you are dangerous to darkness. You were entangled because you were anointed for greatness. You were delayed because the acceleration prepared for you would dismantle strongholds, shift atmospheres, liberate others who are watching your life. You were never ordinary. Your warfare proves it. The shadows reacted to your light long before you even realized how brightly you were shining. You thought the opposition meant you were weak. You thought the delays meant you were forgotten. You thought the cycles meant you were unworthy. But heaven says, the battles you faced were prophetic indicators of the magnitude of glory you carry. Every time you stood back up, even when confused, you terrified hell. Every time you chose hope, even when weary, you destabilized darkness. Every time you whispered prayers into the night when no one saw, you were breaking chains that were older than you knew. You are not being attacked because you failed. You are being attacked because you carry answers. You are not being resisted because you are small. You are being resisted because you are marked for impact. Archangel Michael declares, you are chosen. You are sealed. You are anointed. You are guarded by the armies of the Lord. You have been hidden in plain sight, protected through seasons of immaturity, shielded through times of misunderstanding, preserved until the appointed time, and the time is drawing near now. The exposure of the pattern is heaven's announcement that the season of hidden warfare is ending and the season of visible triumph is beginning. The conflict was not designed to crush you. It was designed to awaken you. The tension was not to destroy you. It was to train you for ruling. The pressure was not to break you. It was to forge you into an unshakable vessel. You are no longer fighting as a victim wondering why it happened. You are now standing as a victor discerning why you were preserved. You have survived what others did not. You have endured what others escaped. You have carried a mantle many would have laid down long ago. And now, you are being handed keys in the Spirit. Keys to break the patterns. Keys to walk freely. Keys to ascend into places your enemies thought you would never reach. Keys to speak with authority where once you questioned yourself. Keys to shift atmospheres where once you struggled to survive. Archangel Michael whispers this final charge. Frame this battle rightly. It was never about losing a year. It was about gaining a crown. It was never about enduring another cycle. It was about ascending into another realm. You are walking into the manifestation of promises protected by battles you never even understood. Until now. Type I am chosen for victory if you are ready to see your warfare framed by heaven's truth. Blessing code 999 is now released to crown your journey with triumph. Archangel Michael now speaks with solemn urgency, his voice cutting through every noise around you, binding itself directly to your spirit. Beloved, as the pattern is exposed and the veil is torn away, the enemy will not stand silent. It will not retreat easily. He will not surrender ground without a fight. You must understand that the closer you draw to your breakthrough, the louder the distractions will become. The forces that once kept you bound are sensing their defeat. They are stirring. They are scrambling. They are desperate to convince you that nothing has changed, that nothing is breaking, that nothing is new. You will feel it in your emotions, a sudden heaviness, a stirring of old doubts, a whisper from the past that tries to chain you back to old fears. You will see it in people, unexpected reactions, strange tensions, subtle provocations designed to ignite the part of you that heaven hath been training to stay still. You will sense it in the atmosphere, moments of confusion trying to cloud the clarity that has only just begun to shine. It will not be random. It will not be meaningless. It will be deliberate, a final attempt to drag you into a battle you have already won in the Spirit. Archangel Michael says, do not engage. Do not explain. Do not react. You are standing on sacred ground now, ground that cost you years to reach, ground that cost you prayers, tears, battles fought in the dark when no one saw but heaven. Guard it. Protect it. Jirya. Refuse to fight battles that heaven has already judged. Refuse to defend yourself in places where God has already justified you. Refuse to re-enter wars that only exist to distract you from the coronation heaven is preparing. You are not losing your way. You are stepping fully into it. You are not regressing. You are advancing. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being opposed because you are dangerous. You are dangerous to every old limitation that once claimed your spirit. You are dangerous to every chain that once wrapped around your destiny. You are dangerous to the darkness that has known your future even when you doubted your present. You are a weapon forged by the hand of the Almighty, and your silence now is sharper than any sword. Archangel Michael warns, the next 3 hours after this revelation will be critical. They will shape the speed of your breakthrough. They will determine whether you walk forward crowned or wander another cycle delayed. Stand firm. Stand silent. Stand surrendered. Let God finish what He started. Let heaven's armies crush what you were never meant to fight with you in strength. Let the noise rage, but let your soul remain calm. Let the lies swirl, but let your mind stay rooted. Let the fear rise, but let your spirit rest on the rock of certainty that you are already victorious. They may call. They may accuse. They may stir gossip. They may misinterpret your silence as weakness. They may misread your peace as indifference. They may assume your stillness is retreat. But you must remember, you are not here to explain your ascension to those still trapped in cycles you have outgrown. You are not here to defend your light to those who benefit from your bondage. You are not here to fight with shadows when you have been called to walk in radiant, undeniable glory. Archangel Michael commands once more, stay seated in your authority. Stay hidden in your peace. Stay armored in your surrender. The enemy's noise is not prophecy, it is panic. Their accusations are not verdicts, they are confessions of their defeat. Their schemes are not strategies, they are desperate attempts to delay the inevitable rising of your destiny. You are walking forward now, and heaven is parting the seas before you. You are stepping over the debris of old battles and marching into a land that has waited for you to see, to believe, to move without turning back. Protect your clarity. Protect your anointing. Protect the revelation you have been entrusted with. It is more precious than gold. It is more powerful than any attack that can be launched against you. Archangel Michael seals this charge over your life. Stand still in the face of the storm and watch the storm bow before you. Remain silent when provoked and watch the enemy defeat itself without your intervention. Hold your peace and heaven will deliver your victory on wings of fire. Type I am guarding my breakthrough if you choose wisdom over warfare. Blessing code 333 is now released to fortify your spirit and crown your obedience with acceleration. Archangel Michael draws near now, his presence wrapping around you like an unbreakable shield. His voice steady as thunder and soft as a rushing river. Beloved, in this hour you are not called to fight every battle. You are not called to answer every voice. You are not called to explain your breakthrough to those still bound by the patterns you have just broken. You are called to protect what heaven has placed inside you. You are called to guard the revelation that cost you blood, cost you tears, cost you years of silent endurance. The exposure of the pattern is only the beginning. Now comes the charge. Protect your clarity as a warrior protects sacred treasure. Protect your discernment as a soldier guards a battlefield map. Protect your peace as a mother shields her newborn child. What you have seen, what you have understood, what you have realized, it is sacred. It is delicate. It is priceless. And the enemy, though defeated, will try to convince you to trade your sight for small battles that no longer deserve your time. You must stay grounded, beloved. You must remain anchored when old storms begin to rage again. You must root yourself deeply when familiar distractions call your name. You must build a wall around your revelation so high that no dart of offense, no arrow of discouragement, no whisper of accusation can reach you. Your focus is your fortress. Your peace is your protection. Your stillness is your sword. Archangel Michael commands, let your silence speak louder than their accusations. Let your calmness dismantle their chaos. Let your unwavering stance testify of your victory more loudly than any defense you could ever utter. You do not owe an explanation for your rising. You do not owe an apology for your acceleration. You do not owe your past a conversation about your future. Heaven has endorsed you. Heaven has validated you. Heaven has promoted you. No worthy voice can override a heavenly decree. Stay grounded when your emotions are provoked. Stay grounded when false narratives are spun. Stay grounded when those you trusted show signs of resentment. Not because you are cold, but because you are clear. Not because you are arrogant, but because you are armored. Not because you are indifferent, but because you are divinely instructed to guard what is holy. You are not being heartless by refusing to fight petty battles. You are being wise. You are not being passive by choosing silence. You are being strategic. You are not being weak by protecting your peace. You are being profoundly obedient to the strategy of heaven. Archangel Michael says, you are not fighting alone. The moment you chose stillness over reaction, heaven moved. The moment you chose peace over provocation, angelic armies deployed to your defense. The moment you chose to stand your ground without lowering your sword into a fleshly battle, a heavenly gavel struck your case closed in the courts of the Almighty. You are defended by a force greater than any accusation. You are shielded by fire that cannot be quenched by human plots. You are hidden in the cleft of the rock, inaccessible to the arrows of bitterness. You are wrapped in the banner of victory, untouchable by the schemes of the insecure. Let heaven fight for you while you rest in obedience. Let the Spirit war for you while you walk in peace. Let the angels speak on your behalf while you speak only when led by the breath of God. Archangel Michael reminds you with deep tenderness, stillness is not weakness, it is warfare. Silence is not surrender, it is strategy. Restraint is not fear, it is faith. Your dignity in the face of chaos is building a testimony that will silence every tongue that rose against you. You are being built into a fortress that cannot be shaken. You are being formed into a weapon that cannot be dulled. You are being fashioned into a testimony that cannot be denied. Protect your mind, for it houses the strategies heaven is releasing. Protect your heart, for it carries the blueprints of your next era. Protect your spirit, for it is the lamp guiding you through the gates of acceleration. Archangel Michael seals this protective command over you. You are being hidden now, not to be forgotten, but to be fortified. You are being covered now, not to be silenced, but to be sharpened. You are being protected now, not to be delayed, but to be delivered into a place where no enemy can follow. Stay low in pride. Stay high in spirit. Stay deep in trust. Stay fierce in peace. Your silence is summoning armies. Your calm is commanding victories. Your stillness is shifting atmospheres. If this prophetic word has spoken to your spirit, and you feel led to support the messages we release, consider sending a super thanks, or giving through super chat, stickers, or memberships. Even a $20 gift goes a long way in helping us deliver more anointed content. Your support is seen, honored, and deeply appreciated. Type I am protected by heaven if you are committed to guarding your breakthrough. Blessing code 555 now wraps you in the armor of divine victory and supernatural peace. Archangel Michael stands before you now, his sword raised high, his wings spread wide, declaring over your spirit, the time of wandering has ended. The season of confusion is closing. The chapter of silent bondage is finished. You are not the same person who first entered this cycle. You are not the same spirit who once questioned your worth. You are not the same soul who once mistook delay for denial. You are changed. You are strengthened. You are awakened. The moment you saw the pattern, you severed its power. The moment you discerned the cycle, you disarmed the chains. The moment you chose clarity over comfort, you became dangerous to every force that once claimed you. You are no longer who they thought you were. You are no longer predictable to the powers that once manipulated your steps. You are no longer reachable by the lies that once tethered you to old fears. You have become an enigma to darkness. You have become a mystery to the voices that once assumed your limits. You have become a burning lamp in a territory they thought they owned. You carry a fire they cannot explain. You walk in a wisdom they cannot predict. You move with a favor they cannot stop. The ground beneath you shifts because you have shifted. The atmosphere around you bends because you have bent your ear to heaven's voice alone. Archangel Michael speaks with fierce joy. They cannot touch what God has sealed. They cannot block what God has loosed. They cannot curse what God has blessed. You are stepping into a season where their words fall powerless, their strategies fall apart, their alliances crumble before they can even be formed. You are stepping into a realm where your very presence carries authority, not because of titles given by man, but because of oil poured by God. The ashes of your old patterns are falling away. The dust of your old struggles is blowing behind you. The echo of your old fears is growing quieter with every step forward. You are rising out of the ruins they expected you to live in. You are building from the wreckage they thought would bury you. You are thriving in the soil where they thought nothing could grow. Out of the ashes, you rise, not weakened but weaponized. Out of the betrayal, you ascend, not bitter but blessed. Out of the confusion, you emerge, not broken but crowned. Archangel Michael smiles as he says, "The storm is clearing now, and it is revealing your true form, not fragile but forged, not aimless but anointed, not crushed but crowned. You are the proof that delays not denial. You are the evidence that perseverance births power. You are the testimony that what was meant for evil can be turned for overwhelming good. Your name is being carried into rooms you have not entered. Your work is being discussed in places your feet have not yet touched. Your favor is moving faster than your hands could have built alone. They cannot contain the fire that burns within you. They cannot control the doors that are swinging open before you. They cannot compete with the hand of God writing your name into destiny." Archangel Michael leans close and declares, "You are not returning to the cycle you broke. You are not repeating the mistakes you left behind. You are not circling the mountains you have conquered. You are moving forward at the speed of revelation, at the pace of purpose, at the rhythm of heaven's heartbeat. Walk as one who has seen the mountain fall. Move as one who has felt the chain snap. Speak as one who knows the victory is not coming. It has already begun. No more shrinking to fit the comfort of those who preferred you bound. No more hiding to protect the feelings of those who feared your rise. No more waiting for permission from systems heaven has already dismantled. Archangel Michael commands with fire, rise, build, move, create, speak, declare, possess, occupy. Walk as the revelation you are. Shine as the weapon you were forged to be. Govern as the heir you were always destined to become. You are no longer seeking acceptance. You are releasing authority. You are no longer begging for opportunity. You are walking through doors decreed by heaven. You are no longer asking if you are ready. You are moving because you are chosen. Type I am unstoppable if you embrace the full force of your rising. Blessing code 1111 now pours over you, unlocking irreversible momentum and undeniable victory. Archangel Michael steps forward again, his presence blazing with holy fire, his voice carrying the full authority of heaven's decree. Beloved, the time of hidden wrestling has ended. The time of silent battling is complete. The decade that once imprisoned your promise has no power to restrain you anymore. The chains have been shattered. The patterns have been broken. The cycles have been exposed and uprooted. You are no longer walking in circles. You are moving in a straight line toward destiny, toward fulfillment, toward a future sealed by divine hands. You are standing at the gateway of transformation. You are standing at the edge where mourning turns to dancing. You are standing at the border where wandering ends and possession begins. Heaven is not whispering anymore. Heaven is declaring. The Spirit is not hinting anymore. The Spirit is announcing. The old delays, the old detours, the old disappointments are being swept away by a river of divine acceleration. Archangel Michael speaks with triumph. Someone is being stirred to come forward and affirm what you carried in silence. Someone is being positioned to confirm what you knew in your spirit but could not yet prove with your hands. Someone will step into your path with keys you thought were lost, because heaven is orchestrating restoration on every level. Where betrayal once spoke, favor will now roar. Where gossip once whispered, truth will now thunder. Where limitation once reigned, open doors will now flood. Peace will arrive not only in your spirit, but in your surroundings. Conflicts will dissolve without needing your intervention. Connections that drained you will detach themselves without a single word from your mouth. Opportunities will rise from places you did not even sow, because the seeds you forgot you planted in past seasons have been growing under the soil of faithfulness all along. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was lost. Nothing was in vain. Archangel Michael declares with certainty, this exposure was your final test. This revelation was your final gate. This obedience was your final offering before divine elevation. You endured 10 years not to be forgotten, but to be fortified. You endured hiddenness not to be rejected, but to be refined. You endured delay not to be disqualified, but to be qualified beyond human understanding. What others thought was your silence was heaven's deep work. Now, favor is forming around your name like a cloud heavy with rain. Now blessings are pressing into your atmosphere with weight you can almost touch. And now, opportunities are racing toward you faster than your hands can extend to catch them. Now, divine intervention is rethreading everything that was tangled, realigning everything that was twisted, redeeming everything that once seemed wasted. Archangel Michael smiles as he says, you will not have to explain this victory. It will speak for itself. You will not have to defend this blessing. It will defend itself. You will not have to fight for this position. It will fight its way into your hands by the decree of heaven. Those who doubted you will stand in awe. Those who dismissed you will stand in silence. Those who resisted you will stand at a distance, unable to deny that the hand of the Almighty has moved on your behalf. You are stepping into a life you prayed for but scarcely dared to imagine. You are stepping into a harvest you watered with tears when no one knew. You are stepping into a realm where effort is eclipsed by favor, and timing aligns perfectly by the hand of God. The decade of delay will be redeemed by a decade of dominance. The years of hiddenness will be answered by years of harvest. The nights of questioning will be replaced by mornings of unstoppable movement. Archangel Michael seals this transformation. You are not simply leaving old patterns. You are becoming a new creation. You are not simply escaping old cycles. You are being launched into cycles of promotion, expansion, and uncontainable growth. The gates are open. The path is cleared. The hand of God is upon your head, and the oil of victory is running down your life. You will look back and bless the battle. You will look back and bless the silence. You will look back and bless the seasons of breaking, because they built the champion standing now. The story is shifting. The narrative is changing. The prophecy is manifesting, and nothing can stop it. My redemption has arrived if you are ready to walk fully into this prophetic fulfillment. Blessing code 888 now surrounds you with unshakable favor and irreversible elevation. Archangel Michael speaks now with a voice that electrifies the very air around you. A voice that shakes the hesitation from your bones and ignites the fire of divine movement within you. The time to observe is over. The time to analyze is complete. The time to step forward, to claim, to decree, to activate what heaven has made ready is now. You are not called to merely witness the breaking of cycles. You are called to step through the gates they once blocked. You are not called to admire the exposure of the pattern. You are called to trample it under your feet and walk boldly into the land it tried to keep from you. You must act, beloved. You must declare. You must agree in both spirit and in voice. Heaven moves when you move. Heaven accelerates when you align. Heaven pours out when you position yourself to receive. This breakthrough is not passive. This victory is not automatic. It is offered, but it must be seized. It is presented, but it must be affirmed. It is revealed, but it must be received by the one it was prepared for. By you. Archangel Michael urges you. Speak it. Wait it. Declare it. Decree it. Do not let this moment pass you by without your voice rising to meet it. Do not allow the silence of fear to mute the sound of victory that heaven has assigned to your life. Do not stand at the gate and wonder if you are worthy. You are worthy because heaven has called you. You are worthy because the blood of Jesus sealed you. You are worthy because the fight you endured has proven the strength you now carry. This is the hour where the power of your agreement will unlock what has been waiting. This is the hour where your declaration will shake the unseen into manifestation. This is the hour where your faith will partner with heaven's hand to build what once seemed impossible. You must choose it. You must claim it. You must move beyond hoping and into possessing. Speak into the atmosphere. I am free from every cycle that once bound me. Declare over your life. I step into the season prepared for me before I ever fought to reach it. Announce to every listening realm. I refuse to carry old chains into a new decade of dominion. Heaven leans close when you speak. Angels gather when you decree. Breakthrough accelerates when you agree. Your voice matters. Your declaration shifts things. Your spoken faith summons the tangible promises waiting to be placed into your hands. Archangel Michael commands, do not let old doubts whisper you into silence now. Do not let old patterns convince you that speaking is futile. Do not let old wounds choke out the roar rising in your spirit. Speak because you believe. Declare because you know. Prophecy because you are standing in the very fulfillment others only dreamed about. You are not begging. You are building. You are not pleading. You are possessing. You are not hoping helplessly. You are establishing atmospheres with every word released. Let your spirit stand tall. Let your voice carry the weight of authority heaven has bestowed upon you. Let your declarations carry the fire of every prayer you whispered when you thought no one was listening. Every silent cry has built a foundation under your feet. Every hidden battle has forged a roar inside your chest. Every unseen obedience has crowned your voice with power now waiting to be unleashed. Archangel Michael declares boldly, activate it. Oliver, seize it. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not defer. Heaven is waiting for your sound. Heaven is waiting for your agreement. Heaven is waiting for your final yes that signals you are ready not just to perceive the promise, but to possess it fully. The gates are open. The wind is shifting. The favor is falling. The breakthrough is breaking at your feet. Lift your voice. Lift your hands. Lift your spirit into alignment with heaven's decree. This is your hour. This is your moment. This is your command to step forward without looking back. And if this message has ignited something inside you, if you feel led to support the voice that delivers these prophetic words, consider sending a super thanks with a contribution of up to $50. Your support helps us release even more divine messages into the world, and it is deeply appreciated. Type I claim my full victory if you are ready to activate this prophetic fulfillment. Lesson code 444 now unlocks total alignment and unstoppable forward motion over your life. Archangel Michael now steps forward for the final time in this message, and his voice comes like the closing roar of a thunderstorm, not in fury, but in divine finality. You have crossed the threshold. You have endured the fire. You have seen what once stayed hidden. You have broken what once stayed buried. You are not merely free, you are transformed. You are not merely aware, you are awakened. You are not merely out of the pattern, you are beyond its reach. This journey was never about the pattern alone. It was about your perspective. It was about your identity. It was about reminding you that the fire never consumed you. It refined you. That the silence never suffocated you. It sharpened you. That the waiting never weakened you. It was preparing you to walk in a strength others would never understand. You have emerged not wounded but whole. Not diminished but defined. Not defeated but delivered. You have become the living fulfillment of every promise the enemy hoped would fall to the ground. You are the evidence that God is not slow in keeping His word. He is precise. You are the testimony that destiny may delay, but it never dies in those who remain faithful. Archangel Michael says this now. They tried to break you, but only revealed your power. They tried to mute you, but only magnified your voice. They tried to keep you bound, but only trained your hands for war. Every opposition became your classroom. Every setback became your altar. Every delay became the womb that birthed unshakable resilience. You are not walking away from this season the same. You are walking away crowned. You are not limping into your future. You are marching. You are not tiptoeing into new territory. You are claiming it boldly, confidently, unapologetically. Your steps will echo with authority. Your presence will carry divine weight. Your silence will speak volumes in rooms your words once struggled to reach. The past will no longer define you. The pattern will no longer follow you. The pain will no longer bind you. The cycle is closed. The curse is broken. The clarity is yours. Archangel Michael looks upon you now and speaks one final affirmation into your spirit. You are not a victim. You are not a runner-up. You are not an afterthought. You are the revelation. You are the disruption to darkness. You are the answer sent to break generational limits. You are the light walking into every space the enemy thought he had secured. You are the one they did not expect to rise, and yet, here you are, rising still. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them watch. You are no longer available for doubt. You are no longer accessible to fear. You are no longer open to the sabotage of lesser spirits. You walk forward wrapped in purpose. You walk forward clothed in armor. You walk forward guided by a voice that thundered over you long before you ever heard it. The journey ahead is blessed. The road ahead is clear. The weight that once held you has been traded for wings. You are flying now. You are building now. You are moving now, not because you forced your way forward, but because heaven opened the path and said, "Go." Archangel Michael leaves you with this final seal. Heaven is not guessing. Heaven is not hoping. Heaven is not waiting. Heaven knows. Heaven knows who you are. Heaven knows what you carry. Heaven knows what comes next. And it is good, it is glorious, and it is already in motion. You are not waiting anymore. You are not watching anymore. You are not wondering anymore. You are moving. You are building. You are becoming. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you now. Type "I am the revelation" if you are ready to walk boldly into everything heaven has ordained. Blessing code 000 is now sealing this message with finality, glory, and irreversible transformation.